Want to know what it's like to live in Southlake, Texas? In this video, I'm going to cover the pros and cons of what it's like to live in Southlake. I'm Robert Owen, your friend and DFFW, that's Dallas, Frisco, and Fort Worth Realtor. And there is no doubt when it comes to Southlake, Texas, with a population just over 31,000 people, there is plenty to offer for both residents and visitors. So no matter where you turn, if you look up any of the best places to live in Texas, Southlake is going to be at the top of those lists. As a realtor, I realized how important it is to gather those facts before you consider relocating to a certain area, and I'm going to do that in this video. If this is the first time to our channel and you want to learn everything that there is to know about living in DFFW, that's Dallas, Frisco, and Fort Worth, please subscribe to our channel, hit the bell if you want a notification, and we will let you know everything that there is to know about living in this terrific metroplex. So Southlake has one of the highest performing school districts really in the state. The district that serves students in the Southlake, Texas area is called Carroll Independent School District. And Carroll Independent School District consistently is one of the school districts that rates high when it comes to overall district performance. And even the specific campuses with and in Carroll Independent School District, according to the Texas Education Agency, Carroll ISD has an overall rating of an A. The location of Southlake, Texas is one that is very, very desirable. So Southlake is just northwest of Dallas and north of Fort Worth. So this place is named that because it's just south of Grapevine Lake, a somewhat smaller but really, really terrific lake. It's actually located in Tarrant County. Fort Worth is also located in Tarrant County. And then the city Dallas proper is in Dallas County. But Southlake doesn't want to be lumped in with either Dallas or Fort Worth. One of the great things about the location of Southlake is it is located near the airport. So you're talking about a 10 or 15 minute drive to the airport, which is kind of like a traveler's dream when it comes to being able to live in a beautiful, beautiful city and then catch an airplane to just about anywhere in the world in a matter of minutes. So Southlake is about 30 minutes to Dallas, and then it's about 30 minutes to downtown Fort Worth. So you really are in the best of both worlds when it comes to being in Southlake. There are two major highways that run through Southlake. You have Highway 114, but you also have Highway 121. Both of these highways can get you easily to Fort Worth or Dallas or any of the other surrounding suburbs in the DFFW area. So with Southlake being so close to the airport, I'd say the one thing that is probably a con is the noise pollution. It is noticeable, so you will hear an airplane take off from now and then. So just keep that in mind when you are considering the Southlake area as a place to live. Schools. Within Carroll Independent School District, there are about 11 schools with about 8,300 students within that district. One of the unique things about Carroll ISD is how they break up the high school, and when I say that, they have the 9th and 10th grade campus at the high school, and then they have the 11th and 12th grade campus at the senior high school. I think that's a great idea when it comes to developmental stages and things when it comes to students and adolescents, to separate those classes like that. So I like that they have done that, and that is something that a lot of school districts in our area have done. So another unique thing that they have is one mascot from pre-K to senior high. Imagine elementary students moving up through the grades, and if they are familiar with one mascot, I think that just creates a really huge sense of community and involvement and belonging when everyone in the school district shares that one central theme, the Dragons. Of course, Carroll Independent School District, the Dragons, although the Carroll ISD is a high-performing school district, do you have any other options? Well, yes, there are still charter schools as well as private schools available for students in Southlake. And being in Texas, we can't talk about schools without talking about sports. And Carroll ISD has a very competitive athletic department. And when it comes to competition and football and baseball and basketball, they're usually in the top 4 as far as competing for championships. So if you have a child that is very active and very into sports, Carroll ISD might be a great choice for you and your family to live in Southlake, Texas. So just keep that in mind. Safety. Heading into a new area, you always consider safety. It's always top of mind when you're thinking about an area or considering an area to move to, and Southlake is one of the safest cities in Texas. So according to niche.com, Southlake's crime and safety rating is a B. So a B is pretty good when it comes to crime and safety. And moneygeek.com named Southlake the safest city in Texas and the 4th safest in the nation. So that's based on crime per capita. The cool thing about Southlake's police department is that they do share criminal statistics. You can always look up those things over the past 2 to 3 years when we are looking at other crime stats in Southlake. There really was not a lot. So I would say one of the most common types of crimes that was going on is theft. And there's not a whole lot of crime that's going on. So Southlake and crime is declining. So you're already in a safe place, and they're constantly trying to make it safer. Other great things about living in Southlake are the amenities. And when I say amenities, you have plenty of shopping to go do that there's lots of things to do in Southlake, and not just shopping for different household items or clothing items. We're talking about restaurants, we're talking about high-end car stores, just tons of options. So for you Costco fans, you'll love that there is a Costco in Southlake. Believe it or not, there are 2 main shopping areas in Southlake. You have Southlake Town Square, and then you have Park Village. Now, in the shopping centers, you have stores like Apple, and there's a Tesla, a store where you can actually, upgrade everything that you would ever want and into your Cybertruck. There are also cool other high-end restaurants that you can dine in. It's just a variety of different places that you can go in Southlake. Now, Town Square, you will find some really cool events going on, and this is a place where not only residents come, but people from all around the surrounding cities come to Southlake Town Square for some of their events. So one of my favorite events to go to is the Art in the Square, and that happens every spring. You can go out there. There are plenty of vendors, and it's just a great time. And it's a great time to get exposed to some vendors who curate things that, you may have never even known about. So it's really great for those places. Southlake is considered a terrific place. I would say one of the most luxury type of cities. They don't have a lot of the bigger high-end stores. You're not going to find a Prada or a Louis Vuitton there yet, although you would have to go to like a Highland Park Village. Please see our video on Highland Park Village, or Clear Fork in Fort Worth, or the Galleria or North Park Mall in Dallas to get some of those higher end brands. So you can't consider relocating to an area without considering where you're going to live as far as housing. And when I mentioned Southlake as being a luxurious area, a luxury type of city, you're going to pay a price for that. Many A-listers and CEOs proudly reside in Southlake. Jason Witten and DeMarcus Ware are just a couple of the pro athletes that call this place home. Luxurious housing is one of those areas where you're going to pay a premium. And I would say, compared to other cities in the DFW area, the median household income in Southlake is $223,000. So let that soak in. The median household income is $223,000. Now compare that to other DFW cities, that is pretty significant. Keep that in mind when you're thinking about housing here. So one of the cool things about Southlake's homes, because it is a preferred city, is that each one of the homes is probably a custom built home. You're not going to see many mega builders that build tract homes that are somewhat similar as the last one. A lot of the Southlake homes were built where individuals or families had purchased the lot, had it designed, built out the plan for what they wanted to have as their dream house, and then carried it out. So each house is different. You're probably not going to see a lot of the same floor plans, which is a good thing. You'd like to have your house be unique and know what works best for your family. Now, the con in that is that when a family decides to sell their house, unique features may not be as desirable for the next owner. So yes, custom-built homes are priced a bit higher than most homes in the DFW Metroplex, but naturally, you can make changes if you need to. So to put things in perspective, when it comes to home prices in Southlake, $1.2 million was the median home price of a home in Southlake. And that is actually up 26% from 2022. So you have to be ready to pull out the old checkbook for these houses. But I can pretty much guarantee you that you're not going to be disappointed. Home prices in Southlake range from, anywhere from $800,000 up to $12 to $15 million. So to put that in perspective, $1.2 million, which is the median home price of a house in Southlake, will get you about a 4 to 5 bedroom home with about 4,000 to 5,000 square feet, which really is not bad. Not bad at all. It's going to be a beautiful home. Just know that when you're going to be paying just a little bit more than you would be in some other surrounding DFW suburbs. Do you want to learn more about relocating to Southlake or any of the surrounding areas? Give me a call, email, or text us, and I will see you in the next video.